3 reasons to watch cute romance C-drama as beautiful as you. Jixing, Tan Song-yeon is a hardworking and intelligent tech expert in an IT firm. She is one of the key participants in the development of a robot which would help the medical sector. Her colleagues, jealous of her success and aptitude, try to diminish her brightness. Though she perseveres diligently, the cutthroat ecosystem gets the better of her, and she quits. She launches her own startup, but little does she realize that being talented is one thing and being a shrewd businesswoman is another. Haunting, Shukai, is one of the top bosses at Dongyang Medical. Back from Germany after a decade, he is not only locked in an inheritance battle with his ambitious sister, but he is also regarded as a rookie by the elders in the firms. The enterprising Haunting has several aces up his innovative sleeve and also decides to invest in Jixing's firm. But could this just be a strictly business venture or there are personal feelings involved? Shooting and Jixing were one-time university batchmates, but in the professional space they are just senior and subordinate. When the rational and practical Shooting and the resilient yet naive Jixing meet, there is sizzling chemistry and taut tension that's waiting to explode. As beautiful as he was a cute love story, the kind that immerses you in the life of its characters. Here are 3 reasons why you should watch the drama. A charming and practical male lead. Haunting is a man who thinks rationally and can even preempt situations. This makes him astute when it comes to business dealings, and he does not let his emotions get the better of him. Back home after a decade in Germany, he has never forgotten his classmate Jixing from college, whose caring and spirited nature had him fall for her. Though she had refused to keep contact with him, he wonders if they would ever meet again. But they do, and the circumstances are different. Even though he offers Jixing a position to work in his company, she is adamant to start on her own. When Haunting invests in her company, he makes it clear and says, "I don't invest in useless things, and my emotions don't dictate my decisions," when he is chided for putting himself on the line with a risky investment. Haunting is well aware that Jixing does not have the business acumen, and even though Jixing does not pay heed to his warnings, he has his own ways to shield and encourage her, ever doubting her abilities. He is also a sensitive man, and despite being unable to express his feelings, his gestures speak louder than words. He helps Jixing to cope with her heartbreak even though he is jealous, and he also pushes her to toughen herself, even though in her excitement and naivety she does things that could cost her dearly in the future. Shukai excels as Haunting in all aspects and plays the part with sincerity. There is an endearing quality to Haunting, who, though lonely and craving warmth, is empathetic toward others. His love for Jixing is pure, but when he realizes that his own need to protect her might stifle the relationship, he takes cognizance. And apart from looking dapper in formal suits, Shukai plays the part well as Haunting is a man who expresses and speaks in equal measure. A resilient and spirited female-led Tan Song-yeon's Jixing is a vivacious person. She loves what she does and is good at it. However, Jixing's innocence and non-confrontational attitude are unduly taken advantage of by her colleagues and people at work. But she has a spark and a strong sense of self-worth which she won't compromise on. As she starts her own startup and has no prior experience in business, she is confident she will succeed and surmount the many challenges. She is determined to succeed to help others, in this case, design technology to help people get access to healthcare. Her generosity extends to her own colleagues, and she aspires to create a happy workspace. When her boyfriend of 4 years decides to break off their relationship as he feels her ambitions and dreams don't include him, she is distraught and willing to forsake her dreams for their future. The moment lasts briefly and gives an insight into her vulnerability as she thinks it was her fault the relationship suffered. But she is brought back on her feet by the supportive Haunting, who pushes her with a sarcastic, "I hear you are ready to give up on your business." It's his way of reminding her of the path she carved out for herself. She learns to stand up for herself as well, and it is her conviction which had impressed and continues to impress Haunting. Jixing has a sense of purpose which drives her, and even though she has several odds stacked against her, including her former boss Sang-di, Kira Shai, who sets her to fail, Jixing perseveres. She makes it clear that she does not want Haunting to promote her beyond his capacity of an investor and that it is for her to show him the returns. Jixing is also a woman who empowers other women, and there is a stark contrast between her as a boss and her former boss Sang-di. Tan Song-yeon is vibrant in this role and fits perfectly as Jixing. The actor is a natural when it comes to emoting on screen. She laughs, cries, and shows the emotional graph of Jixing realistically and comes across as a very relatable character. A relationship between equals. Women these days have become very ambitious is a remark casually made by one of the elders in the show toward Jixing. Very often women who aspire to lead and win at work are seen as disruptors and criticized for their choices. Jixing, who was happy at her place of work, was pushed against the wall by her seniors as well as her boss Zhang Di, a woman whom she admired. Her decision to go independent is seen as a whim, and her boyfriend Yi Chen, Gao Han, says, "I am only indulging this harebrained idea of hers, since she is bound to see that she is not cut out for business." Though Hanting believes in her, he is aware her inexperience in business could set her up to fail. But there is a difference between the two men. Yi Chen feels he has become part of the backdrop in Jixing's life, and it is his own insecurity and inability to embrace Jixing's dreams which are too big for him to handle. Yi Chen yearns for a simple life and is unable to cope with the present, not adhering to the future he had planned. On the other hand, Hanting respects Jixing's talent, and even though she refuses to work for him, he invests in her company seeing the potential. He is a shrewd businessman and knows how to keep emotions at bay in the boardroom, and he wants to make Jixing understand the same. He encourages and protects her, and in his own way makes her understand that running a business requires more than idealism. He acknowledges her streak of independence and trusts her when many, including Zhang Di, warn him that investing in Jixing will be his greatest folly. Hanting is also willing to bask in her glory, and as she succeeds, he is a man with a strong sense of self. The chemistry between Shu Kai and Ten Songyun is cute as it is hot. Hanting's adoration is obvious, and he sweetly responds to Jixing that he has never had time for love, and that it is apparent no one else came close to her. Jixing, as she comes to terms with her heartbreak, is not one to get cynical and does not begrudge her former boyfriend. She realizes that Hanting is a partner in every sense of the word. Both the actors complement each other and are perfectly in sync in articulating their characters. As Beautiful as You is a sweet and delightful love story, even though the side stories of some supporting characters feels a tad too stretched at times. Jixing's friendly Li, Hiruli Xian is a strong character, but her track gets lost in the ensemble cast. The show comes with plenty of drama, humor, as well as misunderstandings that our characters have to endure before the happily ever after. If you're in the mood to binge a romance Cdrama, then this might be the one for you.